In my mathematical world, I have one little problem. Seiko is a flight attendant. She said she uses math quite a bit in her job to make things easier. Help me understand some of the problems she faces at work. Seiko flies out of the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. She said it usually takes 50 minutes to board a 747 going to the John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York. There is a typical 10-minute taxi before the plane takes off. It takes about 1 hour 45 minutes of time in the air to get to JFK. After landing, it takes around 15 minutes to taxi to the gate and park. It takes 20 minutes for all the passengers to disembark the aircraft. The crew then have 15 minutes to clean the plane, plus unload and reload the food while bags are being removed and refueling begins. The times for everything are the same to return to Atlanta. However, the time to taxi in JFK is 30 minutes. How long does the round trip to JFK from Atlanta take? Her flight left at 7:45 a.m. and the schedule was maintained throughout the day. What time would Seiko expect to leave the plane in Atlanta if she gets to leave after the last passenger deplanes? Seiko made this trip 4 times in the first week of the month. How many minutes is that? She scheduled herself to work this flight 17 days this month. How many minutes does she work this month? What is that rounded to the nearest hour? The first flight from Atlanta was 4/5 full, and the second flight was 2/3 full. Which flight had more passengers? An Airbus A220 had 100 passengers. 3/10 had a personal item and a carry-on bag. 2700s only had a personal item. How many passengers had personal items? The flight from Atlanta, Georgia to Tokyo, Japan is about 11,000 kilometers. Seiko flew this distance 16 times in the past month. She also flew 58,000 kilometers on shorter trips during the same time. How many kilometers did she fly during the past 6 months? What is this amount rounded to the nearest 100,000? This chart shows the number of airplanes Delta had in its fleet in April of 2024. Each airplane icon represents 10 planes in Delta's fleet. How many Boeing 737s did Delta Airlines have in April of 2024? How many times greater is the number of Boeing 737s compared to the number of Airbus A320s in Delta's fleet? 1 year, Seiko logged 441,504 miles working as a flight attendant. Is that number closer to 440,000 or 450,000 miles? A Boeing 737 has 25 rows with 3 seats on each side of the center aisle. The flight is not very full, so the crew allows each person to sit in their own row. Seiko notices that the passengers sat in a pattern on one side of the plane, with 2 rows having a person sitting in the aisle seat, a row with a person sitting in the middle seat, and a row with a person sitting next to the window. If this pattern continued on all 25 rows, how many times would this pattern completely repeat? How many people are sitting in a middle seat?